welcome back once again. Following U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to cancel the American strikes against Iran, Cairo expressed relief, and of course the Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs stressed that a swift resolution is very crucial to restoring regional stability, addressing also Iran's nuclear program and guaranteeing the freedom of navigation, which is the most important thing now. And this call from Egypt is a central part of broader diplomatic efforts to prevent a major Middle East conflict. And for more details, we're very delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Abdel, the journalist, writer, and political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Abdel.
A very good morning to you, hello to you, and to the dear viewers.
Good morning, Mr. Abdel. How significant is Egypt's call for the United States and also to Iran to seize the current diplomatic opportunity and take the opportunity also to reach to a final resolution that is very serious?
Well, the whole world is now taking a deep breath after the declarations announced from both sides, from Tehran and from Washington. That means we are about reaching out a true resolution and a final, although the word final is too optimistic, but let's call it for now final end for this conflict. Despite all the reasons for this conflict to be reignited is available, especially towards or from this unit existence. Of course, today, a very important moment we are living right now, waiting for completing the deal between Iran and the U.S. And finally, we can find the prices of oil and gas already reduced right afterwards the declaration of the President of the U.S., as well as the confirmed from Tehran, as well as the announcement made by Prince of Qatar. So I believe that finally we can take a moment of truth, I might call it. But also I might add that never be too happy when the shark smiles. When Trump smiles, that doesn't mean ever that we are safe and sound or our safety in the region is guaranteed. We're still paying the price of the aggression, the whole region, not just in Egypt, not just in the region, the whole world, as well as I remember the essay given by one of the most important generals in Egypt. He mentioned that if Iran is away from the equation, the nuclear equation, if the Iranian part is erased from the nuclear equation in the Middle East, that would be meaning only that this unit's existence will take the lead as the one and only nuclear power in the region, along with threats and schemes and dangerous schemes like the new map of the Middle East and the Arabic East, and what's called the Abraham Shield and the Abraham Accord that Trump has mentioned it once too many times, and he said that he is making pressures upon the leaders of the Arabic regime to accept those vicious accords that means only more dangers to the Arabic world.
Right. How significant is the role Egypt is playing in encouraging the dialogue between Washington and Iran?
Well, Egypt has this privilege of strong relations with both sides. Right. We have our historical relations with Iran, not just as a leadership or administration, but also as the level of peoples in here and there, as two nations. Also, we have our strong strategic relations with the U.S. That has given us a wider space of efforts to smoothen the tough times and bridging the gap between the two sides, especially in the very darkest times that we have witnessed maybe a couple of months ago. So I believe that Egypt, and of course we can never forget the crucial role of Pakistan, and finally the important role by Qatar, and of course all the countries in the region were looking forward or looking at the Egyptian and Pakistani and Qatari efforts to put an end, or to help putting an end to this crisis, even just if it was for the time being.
Right. When President Donald Trump canceled the decision of striking, the military strikes against Iran, what does that signify at this critical moment about their relation? Does that signify a positive sign?
The end of a chapter, but not the end of the whole book of conflict, or book of I might call it the book of conflict between the two sides, the Israeli-American side and versus the Iranian side. This side, especially, we can never forget that the interference by Russian role and the Chinese role and the Northern Korea role, that was crucial in putting an end to this chapter of the book of conflict. But the conflict will go on, because the roots of this conflict is still there in Tel Aviv, in the heart and in the minds and the agendas of the leaders of Tel Aviv. They have it in their own false texts of Torah, talking about eliminating Iran and eliminating Persia at large. Such actions can only be stunned or met by other interests, like the Chinese and the Russian interests. So it's a conflict of interest, not more than just a war to be stopped for a while.
Well, this diplomatic efforts that are taking place between the two sides, and that is encouraged very much and mediated by Egypt and monitored by Egypt also and the foreign ministry, how likely is it to be serious at this time? Because this one is one of the many rounds that took place earlier before. But how serious could this be now, especially at this timing that they have come to a realization that they should come in serious confrontation now that would take them to a positive end?
Well, I believe that today's Egyptian diplomacy should concentrate on convincing the Iranian side, the Iranian responsibles, on how to deal with such step. We need this stopping or holding on, or holding off the conflict for a while. I believe this step could be in the very benefit of the Iranians more than any other power. So I believe the important thing here is reaching out the peace and stability in the region, not just who is beneficiary of this end of the chapter of the book. But of course, we have our own channels of diplomacy with Tehran. We should work on making them convinced and to be committed to the deal, as well as knowing that our partners, our neighbors in Gulf countries, they should realize that this is the time, the end of the existence of the foreign military bases, whether Israeli or American, in the Gulf countries, because they make only these lands, this holy land, available for aggression and an open field for conflict. We all remember that if the American military bases were not existed in the region, things would have been so different. If we have listened to the call of Egypt before 10 years ago to make this lands only protected by Arabs, led by Egypt, things would have been so different right now. So I believe this is a crucial moment for the regimes in the Middle East and the Arabic East to think again about what they call them, or they considered pillars of their own strategies. Those strategies are coming to an end and should be changed for the very best of these nations in the Arabic East.
What type of obstacles could come in the way?
Well, of course, wait for them by the Israeli side. That goes without saying. Wait for them just right afterwards, the end of the World Cup, I might add, because this, of course, is a very important and important event economically to the U.S. and for the name of the U.S., making the U.S. look fine, look civilized. But right afterwards, in a matter of weeks, we can witness again another aggression by the Israeli side against Lebanon, against the Palestinians. And of course, we ask ourselves here, if the Israelis has the excuse, so-called excuse from their own point of view, that they should hit what they call it Hezbollah, and I wouldn't call it Hezbollah, of course, in Iraq, in Lebanon. What the excuse for hitting on the Palestinian in Gaza Strip after the Palestinian has already committed to the deal made in Sharm el-Sheikh between Egypt and the whole world? What excuse is in the mind of the Israeli leaders when they hit and strike and they kill innocent people, innocent women and children in Gaza Strip and other places like in the West Bank, until this very moment we are talking right now? So they don't need an excuse to launch another attack or launch another aggression. Only just electional accounts, electional thinking, electional situation, and then we will see what happens, inshallah.
Right. The reason everybody is asking about the obstacles and all that is that because they are setting hopes on this particular agreement at this timing, so that security could be restored again in the region and across the Middle East in general, and especially economic security.
Well, this is a very important question. Security can never be restored with only peace deals, but the security can only be secured with power of economy, of technology, and the army together. By realizing and being aware among the Arabic leaders that their strength is in their unity, not in allying Israel or allying the U.S. or the West. Together, as Egyptians, as Arabs, together as one power, we can define, we can challenge the rising of what they call it bigger Israel, that is now the one and only nuclear power that gives her supremacy upon all of us. Let us be frank about this fact. Especially that Israel has the supremacy economically and, of course, technologically. So it's a matter of challenge on too many levels to preserve our own sovereignty, to preserve our own land, not to be bit by bit by the unit existence that now is expanding its influence and eating up and chewing up more Arabic land in Gaza, in Golan, in Iraq, even until the African Horn, we can only unite our efforts, raise up the level of economy, not using not using any more loans, not using any more allying with the Israelis or the Americans, only to be allied around one flag, the Arabic flag, the Arabic nation, led by Egypt.
Right. I'll have to install a question right now for this, following what you kindly have elaborated on, which is the economic consequences in the region as a whole. How would it be if tensions between the United States and Iran escalate again and they don't reach a solution? What exactly could be the scene economically?
Well, of course, it's going to be drowning into chaos again. So I believe that
more chaos.
Of course, more chaos. Of course, I believe today the U.S. is needing this putting an end, this timely end, just for this time to make a stop for the economy. The American economy is suffering, by the way, and the American citizen is suffering severely. Not less than the Iranian citizen or the Arabic or the worldwide citizen. Especially, they need this peace resolution. They need this conflict to be stopped for a while. And of course, it's a matter of election, whether in Tel Aviv or in Washington. We can only the test of time and the test of elections can make the final result of that peace deal, hoping that they come to their senses, but this is of course only hoping. As I have mentioned, only strength of technology, strength of economy can make the Arabic world do not depend on Iran to confront the Israeli danger. By the way, we are depending on Iran, nuclear Iran, to confront the Israeli danger. That is a sign of weakness. We should depend on our own selves to show the whole world we can be united as one Arabic nation. This is, of course, can never be happening in a matter of a year or 2 years, a couple of years, but this is the crucial decision or the crucial strategy we should tackle upon and believe in.
Right. Well, we are, as a region, as an Arab region, we are united. We are part and parcel of each other. Egypt is in full solidarity with our brothers in the Gulf and the rest of the region, and is taking the lead role to be able to stand up to all the dangers that might be posed for any country inside the region. But then Israel is backed by the U.S., and this is not something easy. But we are in full solidarity, and we're becoming more united every day. But then going back to the freedom of navigation inside the region on the waterways, how important is it for the people inside the Middle East and in the Arab region, particularly the Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz? How important is it also to international community?
Well, at the level of for the level of international community, that means reducing the prices of oil and gas, and that means reducing the prices of all goods navigating all over the world, whether through the Strait of Hormuz or in Bab el-Mandeb in Red Sea or whatsoever. That can only or should be reflected on our own level of prices here in Egypt, should be reduced as it was before the crisis. This is expected, of course, to find out in a matter of days or weeks that the prices here in Egypt are reduced like it was before a month ago.
Right.
Same thing goes about the region, and the whole world, hopefully, will find a moment of peace finally.
At this note, I would like to thank you so much, Mr. Amr Abdel Rahman, the journalist, writer, and the political analyst. You have a good day. And right now, it's Egypt's economy that is expected to grow by 3.6% in the fiscal year 2026, before recovering to 4.7% in fiscal year 27, as macroeconomic conditions gradually improve and reform momentum continues according to standard chartered. And we have more details coming up.